Africa's growth outlook, according to the African Development Bank, was 3.9% in 2025 and 4% in 2026. However, projected growth in about 21 countries in Africa is expected to exceed 5% in 2025. Which African countries clearly stood out as top performers in 2025, and what set them apart?
2025 is turning out to be a year of African optimism. And you will recall that the way that the year started, people were quite pessimistic with the new US administration. But the African economy is truly showing to be truly resilient on its own terms. Just at a regional level, the region that has been most impressive in terms of the data that we've looked at is the East African region, followed by West Africa, and then Southern Africa is coming in last. And if you look at it, the key drivers of growth, you're looking at tech investment, infrastructure, as well as agriculture. Within that East African region, Ethiopia is leading there, and they're expected to grow by 8.1%, whilst Ghana and Tanzania are expected to grow between 6.3% and 5.4% respectively. So, and then you move on to West Africa. I think the underlying economic drivers there are resources, obviously, with the booming mining activity in Ghana and the activities that we see in Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal. Lastly, I also touch on what is happening in Southern Africa as well. Obviously, you have South Africa, which is the most advanced industrial and financial economy in the region. Now, South Africa's economic growth is not that impressive if you look at the numbers, because up until recently, we thought we were going to go into a recession. But the recent numbers that came out indicate that we are looking at a 1.2% economic growth in 2025. Now, one has to appreciate that the 1.2% of economic growth in South Africa is from a GDP of $410 billion US dollars, whilst the 5.7%, for example, of economic growth in Ghana is from a GDP base of $88 billion US dollars. Right. So it's important to appreciate the bigger context.